Hi, Cindy.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Well, we just wanted to come and talk about the incoming class a little bit so the mentors can be aware of who will be their mentees.
Okay.
So, how would you characterize this incoming class?
This class is, I think from the start, when they started visiting campus and coming to events, they're happy, they're engaged, they're really excited to get started on this year. We talked to them a lot through the time about the 4-year plan and their team, and so they're so ready to have all those experiences and to really just jump into the DePauw experience.
And what are they expecting from DePauw?
They are expecting, because we talk to them all the time about connections and forming relationships, and the fact that you have upper class students and faculty and staff who are on your team and going to help you figure this whole experience out and come out with lots of options at the end. That's totally what they're expecting.
Would you want to share some fun facts with us?
Yeah, we have a student who actually spoke at the UN about the transatlantic slave situation. We have another student who created a peace movement in Chicago, and a documentary was made about it. The student who sang at Yankee Stadium, which is kind of cool. We have our student who's competed in national bodybuilding competitions. But I think the counselors actually are the ones you should talk to, because they're the ones who day in and day out met the students and recruited them. So you want to take a walk around and chat with some of them?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Lead the way.
One of my students is very excited about DePauw. He created his own computer, built his own computer, and is a sailing instructor.
Wow, that's awesome.
Couple fun facts. I have one student that is a dual citizen from Iran and the USA, and then another student, a female student, did a independent study project on the effectiveness of childhood sponsorship, and she visited Kenya the summer before her senior year for 10 days. So those are two cool fun facts about a couple of my students. Yeah.
That's awesome.
One of my students this summer is actually training for a bike trip coming from Maine all the way to Michigan. So I think that's pretty impressive.
Yes. Orlando, do you have a fun fact?
Yes. One of my students has an EP and a single on iTunes that's available to buy. You would appreciate it if you bought it.
One of my students is similar in that he actually has a band that he started with some of his friends, and they have composed a CD. So their band is called The Flying Mighty, and the CD is called Around the Sun.
Cool.
Thank you.
We didn't have any time to prepare this at all.
Sure. This is Craig Slaughter, our financial aid director. They're creating a video for training for the mentors.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, anything you want to say about this class that's coming in?
I'm excited that they're coming in, and they look like a great group of kids.
Yeah.
And so we're here to help.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for showing us around. We truly appreciate all the information, and we're excited to meet the class.
Yeah, we're excited too. We can't wait.
Thank you.
Hey, Anna, how are you?
Good. So what's your role at DePauw?
Well, I'm the general manager for Bon Appetit and the food contract services here. So I take care of all the food. I make sure the students get fed.
So are there any big differences that students need to look forward to for next year?
I think the biggest difference is the change in the meal plan structure. So the administration in DePauw University came up with a great idea, and that was to offer a different meal plan, which actually allows for more meals per day for the students, depending upon which meal plan you're on. So what that is we're changing from a declining balance to a swipe structure. So there is no money involved. It's just you come in, you swipe, and it's an all-you-care-to-eat facility here at the Hub. Swipes are available at Hub Express, Cafe Allegro, Cafe Roy, Longden Hall, Blend, our newest and greatest project. So yeah, I mean it allows the same amount of flexibility, but it also allows for the same dollar amount that you were paying for a meal plan, more meals. So the university found that students were running out of money sometimes early, so they wanted to provide an alternative option to where they couldn't run out of money, and they always have swipes available for meals. So
that's awesome.
So that's the biggest change. It's going to be a big change, but it's going to be a great change. And my job is to make sure that we offer enough flexibility in the meals that we offer, not only here at the hub, but also at all our retail outlets across the way, because I understand students are extremely busy and they can't always come into an all you care to eat, so they need to be able to stop at Hub Express and grab something really quick for a meeting with their professor, or go to Cafe Roy, Cafe Allegro, grab a cup of coffee, maybe a sandwich, maybe a scone or a muffin. So it's my job, and it's a challenging one, to make sure that we cater to all the students' needs.
So what's the best resource for students if they have issues or concerns with food?
The best resource is me. I am the best resource. I am extremely open-minded, and I accept constructive criticism with open arms. My office door is always open. You can always email me. It's right here, the little hole in the wall. You can always email me. You can always text message me. You can call me. I'm always available. We also have a comment card, so if you want to do something anonymously, we have a comment board right over here. Let me show it to you. We'd like to hear from you. So this is something you can write whatever you want, good, bad, ugly, make menu suggestions. My chefs read it every single day, I read it every single day, and we answer within 24 hours. So you'll get to see our responses up there too. But that's a great application for anonymous suggestions.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome. Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
So the Wellness Center is changing a lot next year. What's the biggest thing that's going to be different?
Well, the biggest thing that's going to be different is that we're going to have new staff in the health center that are coming from Hendricks Regional Health and our partnership with them.
So for the students that were here last year, so our mentors, what's going to be the coolest thing that's going to be different?
I think the coolest thing is that you can schedule online any appointments. So that's a big change for students who are coming back to campus, that all appointments are now scheduled, but you can do it from your phone once you're registered for MediKeeper. And you just need to go to medikeeper.depauw.com to set up your account, and then you'll be able to schedule appointments online whenever you need to get in to be seen.
Are the same services going to be offered?
Absolutely, same services, everything we've got. Plus there'll probably be some enhanced services in the clinic that students will see a little bit different. We'll have all electronic medical records, which isn't probably that big of a thing to students. They might not notice the difference, but it is pretty cool that if, for example, if they need to go see somebody outside of DePauw within the Hendricks Regional Health System, they'll already have access to the healthcare records. So that's a really cool thing. Everything's going to be the same with counseling services. They are still going to share space with student health services. Counseling staff are still DePauw staff, and but we're going to be doing some new outreach and some new programming with counseling services, including more group therapy, which is a really exciting way for students to engage in the support there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and I'm sure we're going to be excited to see how much it grows.
Oh yeah, I'm excited too, and to see the new space when it's all finished.
Thanks. Hey Matt.
Oh, hey Anna. How are you?
I'm great. So what do you do for Hartman House?
Let me tell you about it. I connect students to the community I build. Town gown unity and oversee volunteer opportunities across DePauw University. From service plunge to DePauw community service, from alternative breaks to civic fellows and all the great goodness I build community and serve Putnam County. Tell me why you don't get off your butt and serve Greencastle, 'cause it's good for the world today. That's what I do. I connect students to many community service programs, from mentoring children to doing sports night, art literacy programs, to after school at the YMCA, to the non-food pantry, to being a mentor with an elderly person at Asbury Senior Towers. We have lots of opportunities for students to connect and to really build the community here in Greencastle. I think our efforts have done a lot of positive impact in this place, and we're continuing to build strong programs. So come on out. 20% of the campus volunteers through us. We have 25 leadership programs, and we are on our way to make a difference as you're a student. And I might even sing you some Britney Spears. Oh baby, baby, why don't you volunteer? 'Cause it's the right best thing to do. So tell me why you play video games all day. That's all I got. Come on out.
Matt.
We're awesome. Our office rocks.
Alright, thanks, Matt. Bye.
Alright, see you, Anna. Have a good day. I believe in you.
Hi, Kate.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Do you want to tell our mentors just a quick little synopsis of what you do here at DePauw?
Sure. My title is Assistant Dean of Students for Spirituality, Service, and Social Justice, and I have oversight of the Center for Spiritual Life, the Compton Center for Peace and Justice, and the community service programs on campus. And so that's Bonner Scholars and Matt's community service programs. Well, my start in this work was chaplaincy in higher ed, so that's about the religious lives of college students. And I think that if you are not exploring religion while you're here, you're missing out on a great opportunity. Not because I think you need to be a particular religion or believe a particular thing, but because there's such great opportunity to learn what other people believe and think about it. And one of the most amazing experiences you can have is to go to the Diwali celebration that happens every fall. That is the Hindu celebration of light, and it's the only time on campus that we're allowed to set off fireworks in the parking lot, so you know you want to be there. Or attend the Holi celebration in the spring, which is a Hindu festival of color out on East College lawn. We're throwing colored powder. We usually get to hear the Hindu students talk a little bit about the festival and its history. Both of those events feature Indian food, which you can't get on campus otherwise. Good Indian food, imported, Indianapolis and all. So I think that's a great opportunity. In addition, the other religious communities on our campus, whether that's the Muslim Student Association or Hillel, are really happy to have you present at their ceremony. These are small communities, and they benefit when people who are outside of the community come, ask questions, learn about it. Our Jewish students are not going to try to make you Jewish, and our Muslim students are not going to try to convince you to be Muslim, but they're really happy to share what they believe and dispel misconceptions about their faith. So if you're a student at DePauw and you haven't gone to one of those things, you really need to. You're missing out. And I think what people miss is, Judaism has its own food and its own festivals that are also really interesting. This year the Sukkah, which is a kind of, I'm not Jewish, so my explanation skills are limited, but it's the Festival of Booths, and they had constructed their Sukkah, which is their booth, right outside of Peace Camp, and then did some joint programming. That's a great opportunity to learn about Judaism. Our Muslim students frequently have really huge dinners during their Eids, which are their big festivals, and that's a great opportunity to learn a little bit about Islam and find out why somebody wants to be a part of that faith tradition, what it means to grow up in that context. So it's a great opportunity to learn about some diversity on campus that you might otherwise miss.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us. And I hope our students actually come here and visit the center itself, because it's a great building and a great chance to come mingle.
It really is, and we have an amazing kitchen that is completely equipped with everything you need to cook an incredible meal. Students have been known to get their friends together and come meet Leslie, our office manager, who's British and has the world's best accent, to get a key, which you can borrow and have for a weekend, and then you can come cook your own meal or come to a meal or event that we're hosting. Food for Thought happens here once a week, and that's a great opportunity to hear faculty and staff talk about what matters to them and why.
Thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye. Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
So what's your role here at DePauw?
I'm the Sustainability Director at DePauw University. I graduated from DePauw in 2010 and now I'm here. So I oversee the campus farm, oversee community bikes programming, recycling, all of those kind of green initiatives on campus. And then I spend a lot of my time working on the Sustainability Leadership Program, which is a group of 40 students who do different sustainability projects around campus. We have about 10 paid interns that are a part of that and do a lot of work empowering students through that. I think we can always have more people out at our campus farm, especially in that August-September area. I mean, we have an organic campus farm that people get to go out, relax from studying for a little bit and pick some raspberries, feed the honeybees, all of that jazz, ride a community bike out there. So that's about 500 yards away from the Prindle Institute, about a mile from campus. And we have about 300 students go out there each year and about 500 total people. We could have even more. It's a really relaxing, nice spot. I really love working with students. Our number of students involved with the Office of Sustainability has grown from 10 to 40 students in just the last few semesters. And I love it. I love getting to work on lots of different group projects. I love getting to work with our sustainability interns. It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Bye. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Anna.
Do you want to introduce yourself to the mentor staff?
Sure. Hi, my name's Matt Demings. I'm a police officer here at DePauw Public Safety.
So do you have any tips or advice for students and mentors to keep each other safe on campus?
That we're a resource for them. We want them to, first of all, plug us into their phones at 658-5555. We want them to call us if they see suspicious activity on campus. As they get used to being on campus and they get familiar with their surroundings, one of the things they're going to know when things are out of place. And we find that when people call us with suspicious activity reports, generally there's something to it. So you know they're going to get here, they're going to get to learn their community, and we want them to call us. We're right across from the inn, so we're an easy walking distance on campus. To call us if they're concerned about their safety. If Safe Ride's not available, call us and we'll give you a lift. We're at police.edu. We offer a silent witness. Also, they can call and make anonymous reports to us. Alcohol-related issues are something that are a big concern for us. So some of the things we want our first-year students to think about in regards to alcohol are decision-making. We're not naive to the fact that students drink alcohol. We want our students to drink alcohol responsibly, but we also find that when people drink alcohol, they're more prone to be involved in accidents, to making poor decisions, and we want them just to be aware of being safe around alcohol.
Well, thank you so much for those helpful tips. I'm sure the mentors really appreciate your information, and I'm glad you took the time to talk to us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Anna.
Hi, Anna.
We just wanted to come in and talk to you a little bit about the changes that housing will be having and how that's going to influence first years and what mentors should know. Just that kind of information, if you got anything.
Sure. I think the biggest change for first year students next year is that, or for mentors to know, is that we're going to go back to housing first year students in Lucy. So first year students will be in the South Quad and in Lucy Rowland Hall next year. So I think that's the biggest change. I think the other changes in CLCD are mostly going to be staffing changes. So we have 2 new coordinators for campus living. So Emmeline Hansen came in last December. She started in December. And we will have Lena Castellanos starting tomorrow, actually, is her first day of work. So those are the 2 new coordinators. So Lena, Emmeline, and Amanda Halfacre will all have first year buildings and be working with the RAs in those areas. On the Greek life side of things, we are hiring a coordinator for multicultural Greek life and a coordinator for fraternity life. And so hopefully by the time you're seeing this, we'll be able to introduce those folks in person and we'll know who those are.
That's awesome. Is there any resources that mentors should be aware of when it comes to first years in housing?
I think the biggest thing is 2 things. One is the roommate conflicts and how to handle roommate conflicts. I think that first year students really should first talk with their RAs, but if they aren't, if they feel like it's escalated beyond where an RA can help, we really want first year students to come in here and to talk with either Lena, Emmeline, or Amanda, and they can help them figure out a plan for how to address whatever situations they're having. Our housing is going to be such that we will have some spaces for folks to move around, but we don't have always have what students want in particular. So our first goal is to try to get folks to identify strategies and to figure out how to communicate with their roommate, because really the communication piece is the most important. I think the other thing to note is our healthy living communities are going to be all in Lucy next year. So that entire building will be with students who have identified a preference for a healthy living community. So those students will have an opportunity to get a say in what kinds of programming happens there and what kinds of activities and social kinds of things they'd like to see.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sandra.
Oh, hey.
Everyone, this is Sandra. She was a peer mentor last year.
Hi, guys.
Now what do you do?
Now I work here at the Prindle Institute as the new graduate fellow.
That's awesome. Do you want to show us around a little bit?
Yes, I do. Here they are.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourselves to the mentors?
Sure.
I'll go first. My name's Connor. I'm the managing editor for the Prindle Post website and an intern at Prindle.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Stevens. I graduated from DePauw in 2014. I was a Prindle intern and now I'm a graduate fellow here. There are so many awesome ways to get involved with Prindle, and it really just depends on how involved the student wants to be. So obviously it's a beautiful place and a great place to study, especially during finals week.
Other ways to get involved is to be like Connor and be a full-time intern for a year. And that's kind of like the biggest responsibility a student could have, involvement with Prindle. But there are kind of in-between interns as well. So we have art interns, and you can write for the Prindle Post as a contributing scholar.
Staff writer.
Staff writer, yeah. There's lots of ways like that to have more.
And I guess just as an intern, you get to do a lot of cool things that are in the smaller programs. So you get to do stuff like create events on campus. So creating like professor panels or lunches or bringing a speaker to campus or something like that. And then you can also work on marketing, so working on things like social media management, website writing, etc. And then just creating like online programs. So we just launched a new podcast, which we're really excited about. And then writing like op-ed series for the Prindle Post, which sometimes get republished in the DePauw Student Newspaper as well. So there are a lot of really cool things you can do with the internship too.
Some people who don't necessarily want the responsibility or the time commitment of being a Prindle intern can be what we call Prindle Post staff writers. It's all content-based articles about different ethical issues. So Connor is our awesome managing editor currently. We have op-eds from faculty members. Any student can write an op-ed. We love for students to be involved. But also we would love for students to just read it. So you can subscribe and get a little email notification every time we post something, or just check it out periodically.
And I think students would really enjoy getting involved with that, not only in writing their own pieces, commenting on pieces, etc., but also being able to network and communicate with other scholars and other writers from around the country. And so it's a really great opportunity to take the stuff we do at Prindle like outside of Prindle and basically to the country and the world. And so I think that's a really great opportunity that we're excited to kind of branch out on this year.
Something that I don't think DePauw students know a lot about, but is one of my favorite programs that we do every year, is the Undergraduate Ethics Symposium. And so each year it's themed, and we invite 4 prominent, renowned either scholars or just some type of leader in some fields. So last year we had Anita Sarkeesian, who is a prominent media critic, especially of gender and video games. We had Patrick Byrne, the CEO of Overstock.com. So really amazing speakers, and 30 or so undergraduate students from all over the country submit papers and are invited to DePauw, specifically to Prindle, for the weekend. And it's just a really awesome, like, immersive experience to talk with like-minded people about our world and all the issues that we face. So I don't think that many DePauw students know about it, but just going to the talks by the keynote speakers or being an actual participant, I think would be a huge benefit for students.
Prindlepalooza is another great event that we have every year to welcome the incoming class. So we're going to have that this year on August 29th from 1 to 3, and it's going to be here in our courtyard. And we basically throw a festival with music and food and ethical games of some sort. This year we're going to have 3 food trucks, and we're going to have walking tacos and ice cream.
You will be well fed, we promise.
Yes, bubble tea and popsicles, and it's going to be awesome. So mentors, make sure to bring your students here because you will also be very well fed.
We're going to get going now, but it was really nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi,
Hi, Renee.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So what's your biggest role here at DePauw?
I am here to help guide the campus for on our diversity and inclusion initiatives, as well as campus compliance, and my role is the Title IX coordinator.
That's awesome. Do you want to show us your office real quick?
Sure, come on.
So how can you be a resource to students?
Well, there are 2 main ways that I can be a good resource for students. The first part of my job is working on diversity and inclusion initiatives for the entire campus. And one of the great things that we're doing here, especially next year, so this is something that I'm very excited about, is working on our long-term 5-year campus inclusion plan. And it would be great to get more input and involvement from students and really help contribute to ways that we can be a more inclusive campus. The second way that I can be a resource is my compliance position, which I am the Title IX coordinator. And so if you or a friend of yours has been involved in a sexual assault or
stalking or relationship violence, then you can use me as a resource to help walk you through the process and different resources and options, and as well as accommodations that we can provide. I really like working on things that are really important for our community. Building a more inclusive campus where we all get to know one another and really learn from each other's life experiences and perspectives makes us a better, stronger campus. And I love that part of my job, as well as reducing sexual assaults here on campus, which is also really important to me. Having the chance to make an impact to make DePauw a better campus is a great part of my job.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us. We truly appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, mentors. Look at your mentee. Now back at me. Now back at your mentee. Sadly, I'm not your mentee, but if I was your mentee and you took me to the Fire and Ice program on August 22nd, I'd be having fun just like your mentees. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're in Bowman Park. And if your mentees attended the Fire and Ice program, they could get snow cones and the flavors that they love. What is this? I have a lightsaber. I'm a first year student, and this week in my first year experience life has been the best week of my entire life. I already have 4 friends in my seminar. I'm the smartest first year student I know. But if you took me to the activities fair on August 28th, I could get involved in no time.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it and my folks locked down. I never win no